ICE is reversing termination of legal status for international students around U.S. Trump wins and a bunch of ICE agents are like, you know who we fucking hate? Young, non-white, foreign students. Let's cancel their visas for fun. I guess somebody told them to knock it off because it was pointless and cutting into profit margins for these universities. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, though, because, like, what international students are going to want to come to the U.S. in this system, right? You know? Immigration has plummeted. Immigration's plummeted. Tourism has plummeted. Student visa applications have plummeted. Everything's down. The Gucci stores were reaching out, lol. That's true, yeah. Prada over on Rodeo Drive was like, please, send in the Chinese students. In one of the lawsuits, Assistant U.S. Attorney Elizabeth Kurlan read a statement in federal court in Oakland, California that said ICE was restoring the student status for people whose records were terminated in recent weeks. A similar statement was read by a government attorney in a separate case in Washington, said lawyer Brian Green. Da-da-da. Ridiculous. As an international student here coming in at fall 2024, this has been a huge issue. A lot of my friends were genuinely afraid. People were getting deported for having parking violations from 3 years ago. Yeah, literally, because like these ICE, these Gestapo agents are like, they're like, there's nothing we love more than deporting people. Both because we are racist and also because we've been given a mandate. We've been given a quota by the Trump administration. So we're going to find literally anything we can. Any excuse, any pretext, any justification. It doesn't matter. The deporter. Yep. I mean, they're getting reined in like a tiny, tiny bit, but it's not going to change things. More oppose than support ending student visas. Percent who blank revoking foreign students' visas over their participation in pro-Palestinian activism. But a lot of these students who are getting their student visas revoked aren't even pro-Palestinian protesters. They're literally getting deported over nothing, like nothing at all. 56% of Republicans, 28% support, 24% neither. Even among Democrats, 8% support the deportation of pro-Palestinian foreign students, and 16% have no opinion. That's great, man. That's great, man. What's this? U.S. jails and deports German teens over suspicious vacation. Yeah, I heard about this. This was like the two 18-year-olds backpacking, right? Two German teenagers were hoping to kick off their post-graduation adventure with beaches and sunshine. Instead, they got jail cells, strip searches, and a one-way ticket out of the U.S., all for not booking their accommodations in advance. Charlotte Pohl and Maria Lepere, 18, landed in Honolulu on March 18th, planning to spend 5 weeks together in Hawaii before heading to California and Costa Rica. But when they couldn't show proof of lodging for the entire trip, U.S. Customs and Border Protection flagged their vacation as suspicious. Listen to how insane that is. When they couldn't show proof of lodging for the whole trip. So they're here in the United States for 5 weeks. They don't have a hotel booked for their 5th week. They could get it anywhere. Oh, sorry, that means you're Tren de Aragua. They found it suspicious we hadn't fully booked our accommodations for the entire 5 weeks in Hawaii. The teens had ESTA travel authorizations, which allow short-term visits in the U.S. without a visa. But what many travelers don't realize is that ESTA doesn't guarantee entry. CBP officers have the final say. And in this case, they said no. Hey, foreigners, come on, travel to America. Embolden, enrich the significant portion of our economy that relies on tourism. Pay no mind to the fact that if you don't have lodging secured for your entire visit, that's enough for you to get your asshole searched in a San Diego ICE detention facility by a guy with Sonengrad tattooed on his back, you know? What followed sounds more like a prison drama than a passport check. Thank you, Vice. The girls were allegedly questioned for hours, strip searched, and placed in green prison uniforms. They claimed they were held in cells with long-term detainees accused of serious crimes, forced to sleep on moldy mattresses, and warned about eating expired food. The next morning, they were informed they'd be deported. Instead of returning to Germany, they asked to go to Japan. The German Foreign Office confirmed it assisted the girls and warned other travelers to remember, ESTA is not a free pass. How do we expect to hold the World Cup or Olympics here when every foreign visitor is just rolling the dice on whether they get detained or deported at the airport? Great question. I have no idea how the World Cup is going to go. No idea. I have no idea how it can even happen. What the hell? ICE can now enter your home without a warrant to look for migrants, DOJ memo says. Okay. A new memo from the Trump administration reveals something shocking. ICE agents have been told they can enter homes without a warrant to arrest migrants based on little more than suspicion. That's great, man. You hiding enemies of the Reich? The March 14th directive. Oh, is this from... No, this article is from today. Uses an obscure 18th century law, Alien Enemies Act. Right. Why are we talking about it now, then? Oh, are they arguing that the pretext they're using under the Alien Enemies Act is sufficient for any suspected migrancy in a home to be, like, whether or not they're Tren de Aragua, everyone? They already arrested Mahmoud Khalil without a warrant? Yeah, I know. You've already linked it. Didn't they admit that they didn't have a warrant to begin with? Wasn't that already known? They didn't even know he had a green card. They thought he was here on a student visa. A warrantless arrest for someone the administration has admitted did not commit a crime. Oh, I see. Okay. The memo was obtained by watchdog group Property of the People through a public records request and posted online. So this was an internal memo. So this is something that ICE was given like a month ago. An internal memo for ICE. According to the memo, agents can break into a home if getting a warrant is impracticable, and they don't need a judge's approval. Instead, immigration officers can sign their own administrative warrants. Oh, we heard about that earlier today, didn't we? Yeah, we don't have a judge's warrant to arrest this guy. We have an administrative warrant, aka the warrant came from ICE, aka it means nothing. The bar for action is low. A reasonable belief that someone might be part of a Venezuelan gang is enough. Memo was obtained. What it shows is a sweeping expansion of federal power, one that skips over courts, skips over due process, and puts anyone suspected of gang ties at risk of deportation without a hearing. What constitutes a reasonable belief? Any belief a cop has ever had? Critics say the administration is rushing deportations to avoid immigration courts, which are backlogged and slow. The memo even includes a controversial guide, the Alien Enemy Validation Guide, which assigns points for gang... Oh, we read that one together, remember? The Alien Enemy Validation Guide? Where it was like, you're automatically considered an illegal if you meet like a sufficient number of points from this list, and it was a totally arbitrary, like, point score system for which points are awarded for things that are not meaningful. Having a tattoo. Guys, I don't know. I think this is a little bit scary. The memo was provided to USA Today by the Open Government Group, Property of the People, which they obtained through a records request. Legal experts examined the document that reveals the following. It provides directives to frontline officers apprehending suspected Tren de Aragua members, suggesting officers obtain a warrant of apprehension and removal as much as practicable. Those administrative warrants are signed by immigration officers, not judges like criminal warrants. Due to a dynamic nature of law enforcement procedures, officers are free to apprehend aliens based on their reasonable belief that they meet the definitions, the memo states. It purports to grant authority for police to enter a suspected alien enemy's residence if the circumstances render it impracticable to first obtain a warrant. Guys, I'm really sorry, but, like, they could kill all of us with this legal logic. You know that, right? Anytime anything is declared like a legal priority with regard to national security, oh, we don't need a judge's warrant, we need administrative warrants. Also, you can get them for nothing anytime you want. I don't know. If they can arrest a judge, they can arrest you. Yeah. Can this be challenged in court? Does it matter? I have to say, I don't think I'm ever... I know it's not, like, very practicable right now, but, like, any Democratic administration in the future, one of their top priorities needs to be the disbanding of the Department of Homeland Security. Genuinely. Or at the very least, ICE. Like, it's actually... Again, this agency didn't exist until after 9/11. It doesn't do anything that regular cops can't do. Like, like, ICE is literally staffed from top to bottom with Nazis. You can replace the secretary of the DHS. That's not enough. Like, that, it just needs to be... Like, abolish ICE was, yeah, being, you know, mocked as a crazy lefty position. It's the only sane position. Abolish the Gestapo. What? That's crazy. You're like a crazy socialist. What are you, a Bolshevik, dude? Establish the Gestapo, they say in 1945 during the Nuremberg trials. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, actually. Did I say establish? I meant abolish. Antonyms are related. Like love and hate are two sides of the same coin, you know? It's like when a woman with big jubblies is annoying, but then you want to give her like a little kiss. You know how it is.